So what we're doing today on the F100, the 69 F100 project is one of the body mods that we're trying to do is we're going to do a flush mount for the front windshield. So we're going to eliminate this big wide 1.5 inch, 1.75 inch wide rubber seal that's typically used to mount the windshield. So yeah, we're close to 1.5 inches. What is that? Inch and a quarter, or about 1.25 inches. So we're going to eliminate that. We're going for a flush mount look. It's not going to be a easy noticed kind of mod, but it'll clean the truck up, and it'll be one of those things you'll know something's different. You'll just have to try to figure out what it is when it's done. But what we've got to do, or what we've decided to do, is we're going to let this window slide down and just use the existing body panel here to flush with the windshield, and then we're going to come up and add the filler up here and along the side, so it'll reduce how much welding and body work that we do. And one of the things we'll also have to do is we'll come back and paint that black border that you see on modern cars. That's called a frit, or it's called frit. It's a ceramic that's bonded to the windshield when it's made. It's baked on, but we're going to use what's called pinch weld primer. Allows us to add what we're calling a frit so that we can bond to the polyurethane, but its main purpose is also to block the UV rays from deteriorating the polyurethane and causing your window to delaminate, which will just have it pull up or lift from the bond. So anyway, we're going to do that. I'm just using this windshield. I don't know if I'll be able to save this windshield or not. It's one that came in the truck. It's not all that great, but it's got a few dents and dings in it. I think I can get them fixed. So, but if nothing else, it'll serve as a template for me to get my tabs and whatnot. Well, right now what I'm working on is a tab. I'm putting it up against the back of the windshield, and I'm going to weld it to the bottom side, and that's just going to help me index the windshield at the same plane, if you would, where the rubber seal mounts the windshield. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'll get some stuff set up, and I'll come back to you. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's got it tacked in there right now. I'm going to come back and I'll knock these down just a little bit so that they don't impede the windshield going down and pushing it out. So I'll try to clean those up just a little bit, but I'm going to go around and add a few of those in a few different spots just to make sure that I've got a good index. I'm not going to do anything on the top yet because that'll give me the flexibility. Once I get this down where I want it, this will give me the flexibility to move the windshield in and out so that it makes it easier to flush it up here, as well as the side. So I'm going to get this down first, make tabs here, and then I'll be free to do whatever up top. So one of the things that I'm having to do as I go across this windshield, I'm using a straight edge, and I'm wanting to come up off of that. See if I can get it where you guys can see it without making y'all sick. I want to flush it up on the windshield, and I'm sliding it down, and I'm trying to, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'm using a piece of the old gasket to kind of wedge between the back side of the windshield and the lip to get this thing placed where I want it. So this is just a bit far for me compared to, say, you can see kind of falling right there on the edge of it. Let me do this again. So what I'm having to do as I go along this windshield, again, trying to put these tabs in here to index the windshield, I'm taking a straight edge and holding it flat against the glass, and then I'm sliding it down to make sure that I'm flushing with the area of the roll on the original bodywork or sheet metal, to give me that flush look. So what I'm having to do is go on the back side of the windshield, and I'm having to wedge the windshield in or out to get it exactly where I want it before I weld that tab in. Kudos to the guys that do all these videos and make it look easy. This is crazy trying to do all this. So I've got all of the rubber seal from the original window seal. Looks like maybe that crack walked on up, so this window is going to be trash. So, but just using this window as a template. You can see right here we've got a nice, just letting it drop down, using the little tabs on the back side of the window to keep it from moving back. We're keeping the window indexed by using the straight edge when we do the placement of the tab, using the straight edge across the front of the windshield. So but now we're setting all the way down, and it's really, if you can see it, let's see if I can get it in the view there. It's not perfectly smooth. The sheet metal itself has got some variations in it, but for the most part, we've got a nice flush mount there. And then once we get the frit that we put on the back side, you'll no longer see the metal work that's back behind it. So now we've got this gap that we've got to fill here, and then we need to extend this top piece down just a little bit. And of course this windshield is going to come out just a little bit to flush out. So I don't think that's going to be too bad. You guys can see this right here. This is just kind of a rough end piece. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go, but this is going to be the flush mount piece. I'm going to get this even gap across the top edge of the window. Here I'm laying masking tape out, tracing the edges, and that'll give me a pattern for my filler piece. So this will just continue on around and down, and then it'll blend off into this here. And if you can see the difference in what the flush mount, this little gap here will just basically be just a black line from the polyurethane, excuse me, polyurethane mounting it. So I'll try to do some before and after shots where you can compare how it looks without that big fat rubber gasket.